So this is part 2 of WWE Raw, the I forgot the date already. November 12th, 2024 edition. Now, I left off with the Judgment Day arguing and stuff, but Dom said yes. He said, I'm going to go to Pierce and I'm going to make the match, and it's going to be me and Carlito, and we're going to go versus the War Raiders to prepare them for you. I was just like, Finn, obsessing with that world title. Doing nothing about it, but just being obsessive. But anyway, I'll talk deeper into that. But clearly, they're not a happy family, even though they're trying to say that they're a happy family. And then we had the Bronson Reed promo. And he came out there and he said, Seth, you want the smoke? I'm right here. And so Seth Rollins came out there and they just started to brawl. They started to fight. I feel like we've been seeing this a lot, but it does make sense. And it does make sense. It makes sense on Raw and it makes sense on SmackDown. Okay, feuds will be feuds. And Bronson tried to throw him again, tried to put him through the table again, the announce table with a tsunami, but Seth was able to counter that. And so eventually we just had enough referees and they were able to pull them apart. But we're going to have the match again. Adam Pearce said, you got him. You want Bronson? I give you Bronson. I said, oh, okay. If that's what you want, that's what you want, right? And then, this is very, very interesting, okay? Because Sammy went up to Seth, and he told Seth, hey, we need a 5th guy for Survivor Series. Now, I know you have your issue with Roman, but I know family, and you two are brothers, and so I know you're gonna, let's team together, be with your brother. Seth said, hell no. What the fuck? Ooh, excuse me. He said, no. He said, I am not joining this. He's like, you've lost your mind. I know that man. Let me tell you, Seth knows that man. And it's true what he says. There's 3 things that are true in life. Death, taxes, and that Seth Rollins will always beat Roman. Always. Even when they had their match, Roman got disqualified. Because he can't beat Seth. He just can't. And so, Seth is right. And he said no and walked away from that situation. But it gets spicier, y'all. It gets really spicy. But let's move on because we have some more to go through. And so then we have Damian Priest versus Ludwig. Damian is going to win. He's the number 1 contender for the world title. He's going to win. Don't get me wrong. I think that Ludwig is very lucky to be where he is with Gunther because he gets to face a lot of amazing opponents. He gets to get a lot of experience. He gets to get that rub, right? But I already knew who was going to win. So I wasn't excited for this. I was like, what am I going to be? I know that it's going to be him that's going to win. And then Gunther comes out and they look at each other and then Gunther walks away. And that was the match. That's what happened. And then we had a Braun Breaker interview. I told you it gets even spicier. So Braun, right? Apparently Braun Breaker and Sheamus had a match at Speed. And because, Sheamus is amazing, him and Braun Breaker weren't ever, how do I say this? He stopped Braun Breaker from getting that championship. Neither of them got that championship because, this is all about speed. And so he was able to stop Braun, in that match, in the speed match. And so that's how this all started. This all started because of a speed match. And so basically Braun was like, I want to beat. He started just talking crap about Sheamus. He said he was ugly. He said he was old. All this stuff. And of course Sheamus was around the corner. And he was like, I may be a lot older than you, but I'm more experienced. And I have more titles under my belt. And he's like, the only title I haven't had is the one on your shoulder, the Intercontinental title. And so then Sheamus challenged Braun to a match. And, Braun doesn't care. He thinks he's better than everybody. So he's like, sure. He's like, you want a match? You got your match. Interesting. I don't think Sheamus is going to get that Intercontinental title. I don't think he's going to take it from Braun Breaker. I don't see it. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe one day for Sheamus. Maybe one day. But after that, Jimmy came to Braun and was like, hey, you got a second? We need to talk. And Braun was like, yeah, bro, let's talk. I have a minute. Did we hear that conversation? No, we didn't. So we don't know if Braun said yes or no. But Interesting. Jimmy has people too, apparently, that he can go and ask to be on the team. And so then, after this, we get The Miz and the Final Testament. I'm going to say it. This is the most relevant the Final Testament have been since debuting. I don't care. They have gone against so many people. They have lost so many matches. But put them with The Miz, and they're doing great. Now, listen. The Miz came out and, he was walking backstage. And the Final Testament were like, well, what the Bo Dallas have to say? What happened? What happened? And the Miz is like, I'm going to take a leave of absence. I care about my family. I don't care about you guys. I don't want nothing to do with this. I apologize. I said I was going to change, and then let me go. The Wyatt Six let me go. And so apparently Cross didn't believe this. So he said he was going to break Miz's legs and drags him to the ring. And it looks like he's going to beat him up. And then the Wyatt Six show up. Right? The Wyatt Six show up, I guess, to protect The Miz. And they go in the ring to face the Final Testament. We should have known better because The Miz is very sneaky. He snuck out of that ring, got a chair, and hit Roman from behind, which gave the upper hand to the Final Testament, and they were able to completely destroy the group. They literally left them on the ground, splattered all over the ring. And this is the first time that we've seen the Wyatt Six like this. Again, this is the most relevant the Final Testament has ever been. And strong. And The Miz is in there with them. Don't mind it. Glad we're doing something new with them. Glad we're showing them in a better light. You know, ever since Cross came back with hair, it just hasn't been the same. But now we're going back to what he used to be like in NXT. And he does have a dominant group. So, you know, I like this. Maybe we can go somewhere with this storyline with the Wyatt Six. And then after we had this whole thing happening, Seth was about to be interviewed. Again, spicy little tidbit here. And guess who was waiting for him outside? Solo. And he was like, I know how much you hate Roman. We need a fifth member too. Why don't you join our group? Why aren't you with us? We could be Roman together. You know what Seth said to this guy? He said, I will never team up with Roman Reigns. But I will never team up with a wannabe Roman Reigns, and walked away. Yeah. Why would he join your group? Get out of here, Solo. Get out of here. And then we had Morgan and Raquel versus Jade and Bianca. Again, I did a video about the state of the women's division in WWE, and I predicted this match. I knew this was going to happen as a miscellaneous match, right? Well, not miscellaneous, but you know. I knew it was going to happen. I don't know what it is with WWE and wanting to showcase every storyline in one segment when it comes to the women's tag division. Because let me tell you, this was a good match. It started off great. We had great showcasing. I feel like for once we're finally using Jade the way that Jade should be used, as a powerhouse. We're giving her more time in the ring. Bianca's getting more time in the ring. This had good time. And then what happened? The shenanigans happened. And then Nia, for whatever reason, Nia and Tiffany decided to come out because they want to cost Jade and Bianca the titles. Why? Answer me that. Tell me why. Oh, and the commentators are like, oh, the tag team beat them on Friday. Who cares? Didn't you just have a match with Liv Morgan where Liv beat you for the inaugural Crown Jewel Championship? Why would you want to help her become a 2-time champion? That makes no sense. I'm sorry. I got angry. But anyway, the shenanigans happen. But then Naomi come out. I'm telling you, the same thing that happened on SmackDown happened here. Naomi came out to help the tag team division, to help the champions who are her friends, Bianca and Jade. And her coming out was able to, I guess, balance and even the odds. And Bianca and Belair. Oh, wait. I'm not even done. I'm sorry. It wasn't even her. It was also Io. Io came out as well. And I guess that evened the odds. Why would Io be here? I don't know. Didn't she just beat Bianca Belair a few weeks ago? Doesn't make sense, right? Doesn't make sense. But I don't know. All the baby faces, because they're good guys, decided, oh, let's go help the other good guys. They came out. They were able to help Bianca Belair and Jade